Hello and welcome back to Novel Gaming.
I'm Doug.
I'm Katie, and we played the 2021 game Alan Wake Remastered. So this was developed by Remedy Entertainment and D3T Limited. This is a complete edition of the original 2010 game Alan Wake, which was developed just by Remedy and published by Microsoft. So the remastered version, being complete, includes the original 6 chapters or episodes, plus the 2 DLC. So Doug,
Yeah.
how would you describe this game in one sentence to somebody who has never played it or heard of it before?
I would say that this is a psychological horror game about a writer whose wife goes missing, and he has to solve the mystery of how she has gone missing and how to get her back, which I think scratches the surface.
Yeah. I think you nailed it. I think the one thing I would add to the end of the sentence or somewhere in there, or maybe at the start, like a psychological horror game with like Twin Peaks vibes.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
In terms of content, there is gun violence in here, kidnapping, the dark and darkness play like a huge role in it. There's
like the phobia of darkness specifically.
Yeah. There's kind of like ethereal ghost type creatures. And there's it's not drowning, but there's definitely like you're being taken underwater with no escape vibes.
Drowning imagery?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. Drowning vibes.
Yeah.
And then just like general haunting, atmospheric stuff.
Yeah.
Are there other things you would add?
I don't think so. I think that kind of covered a lot of it. I would say jump scares. This has jump scares.
Oh, yep.
Which I think for some people is a deal breaker.
Yes.
So definitely be prepared for some of that.
Yeah. Every time I thought I was used to it, one got me. So,
you know?
I feel like we normally start kind of like mechanically.
Yeah.
And so, are there any game mechanics that you'd like to start off with?
Yeah, I think I have like big thoughts on the mechanics actually, because this game is like kind of an action game, but it's not always an action game, and it's kind of it's very much a narrative driven game, and it's always a narrative driven game.
Yeah.
But then there's mechanics that you wouldn't associate with action either.
Right.
There is like action fighting. There's like guns and shooting and stuff that you have to do at like a quick pace. You have to have reaction time, all that sort of stuff. And that stuff I tended not to love or vibe with very much.
Yeah.
But mechanically, you also do a lot of exploring and searching, and there are some moments that are almost puzzly that I really enjoyed. So there are elements of this that I really liked mechanically, and elements that I did not very much like mechanically. I really enjoy, as much as it is kind of confusing, the story and environment and atmosphere of this game. I like the world of this game and exploring it. The action just felt like such an obstacle to me, to the point that I'm just going to say at the top, I played the first 3 chapters. I then watched the last 3 chapters because I was
smart.
I was like not in the mood to be playing like action that felt like a wall. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What did you think of the action? That's like the biggest thing I want to know.
It is certainly not my favorite action game. So part of what makes the action challenging is, so I guess this is not anything that's like late in the game. So the main enemies you fight throughout the game are the Taken, and these are smoke beings who say funny, weird things to you as they try to like hit you with an axe.
Omega-3s are good for your heart, you know?
Yeah, they're really worried about your cholesterol. Having to shine my flashlight on them, which causes them to slow down, which is nice. But then, like, the flashlight charge goes away so quickly, so then you have to recharge your flashlight. And then once they, like, get a little spark, you can shoot them for real. But you usually have like a limited number of bullets. The game is like fairly kind in helping you hit them, but also not always kind. And so I definitely wasted some bullets.
Oh yeah.
They come at you from all angles. So I ended up getting surprise attacked a bunch of times while I was in the midst of fighting. And Alan Wake, he's a writer, so he is not an athlete.
No.
So he doesn't run fast or far. He's not great at dodging. So like,
oh my God.
I died so much.
Okay. I want to preface this by saying I did look up how people felt about it. This game has lots of fans, I think, for good reason. I'm not saying it shouldn't have fans, but also fans of the action. And so I was reading about that because I was really curious. And it is very funny. I mean, you bring up the fact that Alan Wake is a writer, not an action star. And that's an argument a lot of people make when they are defending the action. And to that I say...
It's a video game.
It's a video game. And also Alan Wake takes like 78 like hits to the head with a hatchet in this game. Like... It's okay if he moves a little bit better, than the average writer would. If I just purely hated it, I don't think I would have a problem. I'd just be like, it's just simply not for me. But I think some elements of the action are cool. Like, I think the way that you have to be creative about... Yeah, the way you have to be creative about light and the way that they give you different tools for light, I think is really, really clever. I think, for me... Where it gets sour is the times where they are trying to jump scare you or trying to make it like fast action. I think there are moments where clever moments of like, hey, you have a timed spotlight that you can use to your advantage, or you have cars that have headlights that you can use in particular ways, or your flashbangs that you have a limited supply of that maybe you have to like realize I'm going to hold on to it for this part or that part. That stuff I thought was really, really cool. And I just felt like anytime I was like getting caught up on the shooting of it all, or the like trying to avoid jump scares of it all, that's when I was like, can I just do like the cool strategy part of this? Like there's like a cool strategy underlying this action that I like kind of wanted to do more than I did shoot a gun, Yeah.
I think part of it is that, especially like later in the game, I feel like, and maybe this is because I'm like pushing it out of my mind at the start of the game, it felt as though the balance of exploration without being jump scared or baddies popping up through a slow motion cutscene or whatever became less and less balanced. And so towards the middle and end of the game, I was like, just want to get to the checkpoint, like and there's so many baddies. Yeah.
But like, this is very much like a resource scarce game. Like you have to use your tools like pretty intelligently.
No stockpiles.
Right. Yeah. I learned that so quick because like there was a moment where you have to like defend a door or something, and I'd used all my flares before the checkpoint, so then I kept having to do the checkpoint with no flares and like learned my lesson real quick.
If there's a stockpile, that's because there's about to be a big ass fight, like truly. 2 steps down the line.
Yeah, it's like, it's suspicious that you're giving me a whole stockpile of stuff. At least there's the clue, But anyway, please let's talk about Alan.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Another sentence description for this game is, this is the story of a man who refuses to go to therapy and is mean to everybody.
Literally. Okay, it's so funny. I do enjoy this story for what it is doing. At the same time, I'm like, this is like...
It's 2010.
This is like what 2010 gamer bros think being a writer is like, right? Like, this is like when you listen to Alan Wake read his own manuscripts, you're like, this is what you think a novel sounds like. Because like Alan Wake is supposed to basically be Stephen King, like, and it's not even subtle. He like talks about Stephen King. I mean, Stephen King exists in the universe, but like it's clear that he is inspired by a writer like Stephen King. He has like, he writes horror books. He goes out into the these remote places and all whatever. It's just so funny because I'm like, surely you all read some Stephen King books, right? Like, they don't sound like this. Alan Wake is so dramatic.
So dramatic.
So
and
serious.
Right. He's so serious that it's so funny. And I was
don't think it's supposed to be, but it's hilarious.
Wondering. So that was my big thing. Because I'm like, okay, Twin Peaks, it's like serious, but it's like serious in a way that's like, silly a little bit and like knows that it's like taking this absurd thing seriously.
Just like a weird balance to strike.
Right.
I'm not sure if this game's doing that or not. I don't know
either. Specifically because it was out in 2010. I was like, is it? And like, if I look at how Alice is portrayed throughout this game, always being very like supportive, and half of the game she's in tiny little underwear and a tank top. And like this damsel in distress. And so I'm like, I don't think it's trying to be funny, is it? I think this is serious.
No. Alice at the very least is not intended to be fun. That is not satire at all.
Yeah.
Because Alice is traditionally hot. She's very supportive, and like kind of dotes on you a little bit, but also needs you to like save her and support her.
You need to save her only after she tries to get you into therapy.
Right, that's a big part of it too.
Because that's when they should be taken away.
Right. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I don't need therapy. I need to save you. Justice for Alice.
Truly.
Yeah.
Despite it being like funny to me at times when it probably wasn't supposed to be, and being really dramatic, and me sometimes rolling my eyes at what the game was trying to do, I do still walk away from this being like, that's kind of a cool story. Because the thing is, Alan Wake is the protagonist of this psychological horror supernatural action game is a writer. Like, it's annoying that he's like a tortured artist or whatever, but he's a writer. And one thing that's really cool about this game is that you find manuscript pages, and that's important to the story. Like, it matters. But what it means mechanically for the game, and a thing that I really enjoyed that thematically works as a game that's about an author, is that you collect these pages and you benefit from collecting them. And I do think that was handled really elegantly.
Yeah.
What do you think thumb-wise?
I feel like this, for me, is probably a like in between middle and upwards thumb. I thought it had some cool ideas. I enjoyed parts of it, but I guess I don't think I'll play another Alan Wake game. I like the universe. Maybe I'll give Control another try to see how that feels, and maybe then I don't remember when Alan Wake 2 came out, but maybe things have changed. Okay, like if they lean into if they lean into it, or like the controls are a little different. I don't know. It was good for what it was, but I don't think
games have come a long way in the past 15 years.
Yeah. And it still feels a bit 2010. So I think that's where I'd put it. How about you?
Yeah, I mean it's definitely a more thumbs up than it's not, but it's hard to give it like a full thumbs up because action's a pretty important part of the game, and I didn't enjoy that part. And I do think it's a very like white, straight, women not represented particularly well, narrative driven game. So like the narrative matters and has to be factored in for me. So it is still a thumbs up because I do think it does really clever things. It's got some stuff that I imagine was probably pretty innovative. I think it has a lot of potential in its sort of like puzzle stuff and where that was in the game. I really liked it. But yeah, I don't know that I'd give it like a full thumbs up. It's a mid to high thumbs up. Yeah. I also don't know yet if I would play the second one, but I would watch someone play the second one for sure. I'm very curious about this universe and where it could go, because I think the potential for this universe far exceeds what this game actually does with the universe.
Right. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for watching. If you want to hear a longer version and spoiler-filled version of this conversation, feel free to check out our podcast link in the description below.
If you've played Alan Wake and want to let us know your thoughts, or if you want to let us know based on what we've just talked about, if you do think Alan Wake 2 is worth us checking out because it is a pretty different game, or does things better than this one does based on what we were talking about, let us know.
And keep an eye out for our next video. Thanks again.
See you then.
Bye.